So that was the culmination of the fourth January 6th hearing. And this one was a doozy. This one was amazing because this one laid out every single devious, lie that was told, every single piece of intimidation that was leveled at state legislators, state legislatures, individuals who were simply, election there were election workers. They were people who always serve, the public in their locality, right? Who, help people register to vote, who help people, figure out what day to vote, who help people know where to vote, and these people are facing death threats. These people are being threatened by the most powerful man in the country at the time, the President of the United States. And they are threatening the President of the United States, and a cabal of lunatic lawyers are literally threatening everyone from the Speaker of the House in Arizona to the Secretary of State in Michigan to the Secretary of State in Georgia, governors, and all because they lost in the courts. All because every single attempt that they made at a court to try and revenue, shop a venue, find a friendly court, all the way up to the Supreme Court. The Texas, remember Ken Paxton, the Attorney General in Texas, put together a complaint from various states and asked the Supreme Court to intervene. And the Supreme Court said, no, we're not intervening. There's no there. There's nothing here. There's nothing for us to do. There's no question to decide. The states have certified. They choose the manner in which they select their electors. They've all done that. Everybody agrees that people vote, and whoever wins the popular vote, they get the slate of electors. There is no question here. There's nothing for us to decide. And when all the court efforts failed, when 60 courts refused, including the United States Supreme Court, with Clarence Thomas sitting on it, who said he would not intervene either, nobody would. That's when they started this fake elector scam. They decided that they would, pressure state legislatures to allow for fake electors to be sworn under oath. Some of them broke the law. Some of those fake electors literally swore that they were the duly elected electors, and they weren't. Some states said that they were the duly sworn electors in case, like with a contingency phrase shoved into the document they signed, in case the court rules in that state's favor. So some of them did it contingent on the court. Others of them just did it and lied and schemed and everything else. And then when those fake electors were selected and collected, they started then pressuring state legislators to, go ahead and introduce that slate too. Send 2 slates on January 6th. Send 2 slates so that Pence could then choose. And no takers. And every one of the witnesses today, every single last one of them today, every single last one of them in the last hearing, in the hearing before that, all Republicans. Some of them leaders of their party in their states. Some of them leaders of their legislature in their states. The governor of Arizona, Ducey, he actually saw that the president was calling him. He wouldn't even take the call because he understood what had happened in Georgia was going to happen to him, and that he would get death threats, and that he would then be tweeted about, and that he would then be targeted. So some of the leaders of their parties in their states, refused to even take the phone call of the president of the United States because they understood what was going on. They understood the intimidation. They understood the targeting. And so we went from the very top of the food chain in the Republican Party today, testimony from the Speaker of the House in Arizona, testimony from the Secretary of State in Georgia, all the way down to an election worker, a person who decided to make her life working for the election supervisor in her town. in her county. And even she was not spared. Even her mother was not spared. Even her grandmother wasn't spared. This is why yesterday I spent a lot of time explaining to you about the violence. The violence that ensues when people are disoriented. The violence that ensues when people believe lies. I mean, one of the things that Shay Freeman, well, her name is Freeman Moss, Shay Moss, one of the things she said today was that the lies were more important than her life. And that sums it up. People's lives were completely disposable. They were completely sacrificial. They were completely up for grabs. Their lives didn't matter at all to the President of the United States of America, to Rudy Giuliani, to John Eastman, to Cleta Mitchell, to any of these lawyers, to Sidney Powell, to Jenna Ellis. The lies mattered more than the lives that they were threatening, that they were upending, that they were messing with. And these were ordinary people. These were citizens. These were good citizens. And Rudy Giuliani had the nerve to say that they were passing around USBs like vials of heroin. Gee, I wonder what he was driving at with that reference. I wonder, do you think that might have been racial?